Hi you guys, Jen here. I almost forgot to videotape my meal prepping today. This is a perfect opportunity for a video. So before we get started, I need you to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post a video. Like it, share it, do all the things, help me out with my channel. So, like I said, I'm meal prepping today. Sean is working on school, he's doing seat work, and I am in the kitchen, so I'm mostly meal prepping for me because I'm doing 80-day obsession, and also because I just like to have my meals prepped. I don't usually eat the same things my kids do and my husband does, so I like to make sure all my food is done for at least like today's going to be 3 days because of the way my meal plan is working and with my fitness plan and all that stuff. So normally I would do 5 days at a time. Today I'm doing 3. Also because I don't have fresh vegetables right now. I did my month shopping, but you can't really buy fresh vegetables for the month, so I'm out. I'll be going this weekend to do that, but next week is a deplete week for a peak week for my program, so I'll be eating a little bit differently. So I'm just gonna do 3 meals, or I shouldn't say 3 meals, 3 days worth of meals. And the way I make it easy on myself is I eat the same things every day. So this time I just planned, I'll actually show you what I did. So I printed out the meal planner, and then I just filled in what I'm going to have for breakfast, and then all my other meals, like they're really just like meal 1, meal 2, meal 3. I don't eat in the timed thing because of how early I get up, but I do make sure I get in all of the food. So if I just do the same meal or the same, 6 meals every day, then it makes it easier for me to prep. So that's what I'm doing. So far, I've got my first meal of the day will be these egg cups. So I'll have 2 of them, and 2 is 2 per meal. So that's 3 days right there. So what I did was I sauteed some peppers, onions, mushrooms, and kale, and I cheated. I had the frozen, because I told you I don't have any fresh vegetables left, so I had the bags of the frozen pepper onion mix, threw those in a saute pan. I sprayed the pan with the olive oil spray, put those in there. Then I drained a can of mushrooms. Oh, hang on, school stuff. What's up?
I don't know. I don't know it's 1 plus 4, so I wrote 5 because I don't know if it's twin.
It is. That was very smart. Seat work. Okay, so I sauteed the pepper mushroom, or the pepper onion mix, threw in a can of the mushroom stems and pieces or whatever. I drained it first, and then I did one of the steamable bags of kale, and I threw that all into a pan that I had sprayed with olive oil, and just a little pinch of bacon crumbles, like real bacon, not bacon bits, bacon crumbles. Put that all into a pan, sauteed it, and then mixed it in with my eggs. So I did 6 eggs because it's 2 eggs per day. I didn't add any milk. I didn't add anything else. A little bit of salt and pepper for seasoning. And then I mixed that all up in a big measuring cup, and then just poured it in. That makes it so much easier to pour. Now these will go right into the oven. I have it on 425 because I'm also roasting vegetables in there, which I've shown you before. You just put down a parchment sheet or, the cookie sheet protector, whatever. Dump some vegetables on there, spray it with the olive oil, sprinkle some garlic on there, throw it in the oven until it looks brown and done to you. So these are going in with that. Now, I'm also prepping tonight's dinner because why not? I'm already cooking, I'm already messing up the kitchen, I might as well. So, I'm having tonight, we're having grilled fish, rice, and vegetables. And yes, this is a meal that would work with my plan. It's just that I already made meals without looking ahead. So I'm not gonna waste food and not eat what I had made for myself for tonight. But I'm sort of regretting it because tonight's dinner is really good and it works with my plan, but it is what it is. It doesn't matter. I made something good for myself too. So I have made them some rice. All I did with this was a cup of rice, 2 cups of water, which it would have been good to do bone broth or something, but I didn't have any defrosted. So 2 cups of water. I put probably 1.5 teaspoons of butter and a little bit of coconut aminos. I'm going to show you those because they're so good. If you've never tried these, I'm not a big fan of soy, so we don't have soy in here, but it tastes exactly like soy sauce. But there's just a little bit less, you know, there's no soy, there's none of this stuff I don't like, but it tastes exactly like soy sauce. So a little bit of this, and then a little bit of fish sauce right into the rice. Cook the rice according to the package instructions. It's not instant rice or anything, but you know how it goes. You boil it and then you let it simmer. What else? So then I've got all this white fish sitting in here. It was frozen. And in a minute I'll show you what I'm going to do to this. But hang on, I have to help someone with school. Do you want it on camera or no?
Why would I?
Okay, no camera. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. For also my breakfast, I get 1 cup of vegetables. So to make it easy on myself, all I did was take the leftover pepper, onion, kale, mushroom mix. I put a cup of it in with my eggs, and then I saved out 3 cups that I would have left over. And it seemed to just work out. I didn't really measure it, but it worked out. So hang on, I'll show you. Okay, so in my breakfast containers, I put a cup of the vegetable mix, and I will just have that with my egg cups, and some salsa goes on top, and then I'll also have a little bit of oatmeal in this, and I'm going to show you that next. All right, so now I need to make my oatmeal to finish off the breakfast. This is what I use, and I just follow the directions for making 3 servings because it says it's a half a cup, and I'm pretty sure that's what my yellow container is. And if it's a little extra, it's okay because someone will eat it. So first I need to get 3 cups of water in here. Alright, so 3 cups of water, bring it to a boil over medium, and a pinch of salt. I like this one, so I use a little bit of that. You don't have to put salt in it, but it does kind of bring out the flavor a little bit. Alright, wait for that to boil. Okay, so my egg cups are done, and they look really, really good. Let's see. Get those out. I feel like I have so much going on right now. You know what it is? Unwrapping this fish is annoying. Alright, but look. So I will let them cool. Don't they look amazing? I will let them cool, and then I'll just pop them out of the tins. I did oil the tins. So I'll just pop them out, and then I'll put 2 in each of my containers. So there's that. All right, so my water's boiling for my oats, so I'm just gonna do 1.5 cups, and then I'm gonna turn down the heat. Actually, I'm gonna turn down the heat first. I'm gonna turn it down to a simmer, and then I'm gonna put in 1.5 cups. 1.5. All right, and then I'm just gonna stir it up. Whoa, where'd you guys go? Okay, and then I'm just gonna stir it in there. Oh, let's see. I don't normally make my oatmeal this way. Normally I would make overnight oats, but I'm trying this just to see if I like it better, or just for something different. And also there's no milk in this, and there's no chia seeds, and there's, you know, it's just fitting in with my plan a little bit better this week so that I can have other things. But yeah, normally I would just do overnight oats, and I've showed you those before. Okay, so now it says that to cook it for 3 minutes and then remove it from the heat. Okay. So at 10 o'clock, I'll remove it from the heat. And I don't know if I need to keep stirring it. But one thing I am going to do is I get some freebies for some flavor. So I'm going to put in a little bit of vanilla. Because I'm not putting any kind of sweetener in this. And then I'm going to also put some cinnamon. Some ground cinnamon. Just going to pour that right in there. And I also, when it's all done, you'll see for some flavor, I'm going to add a teaspoon of peanut butter to each serving. So that's going to add some flavor too. And it's not sweetened peanut butter, it's natural peanut butter, but it still adds a sweetness. There is a natural sweetness to it. Especially, you guys, if you cut out the majority of added sugar from your diet, like cut out sugar a lot, you start to taste things so much different. You will taste the sweetness of a pepper. You will taste like the nuttiness of the almonds in your almond milk. Like your taste buds get so much more sensitive when you cut out sugar. It's amazing. It takes probably like a week, but you will see a huge difference. It's crazy. All right, so that is smelling so nice. Woo. And got another minute on the heat, and then I'll remove it and I'll just let it sit and get all nice and thick and wonderful. All right, and then we'll come back. Okay, so my oatmeal is done, and now I'm going to scoop it out into my container. So I'm going to bring you over here. It's still such a weird thing to like try and figure out how I'm gonna film everything. All right, well, go ahead, honey. So, let's see, he's gotta go pee. Oh, light, that helps. Okay, so now I need the oatmeal, hold on. Okay, so that's hot. And I need to set it down. So, the oatmeal is done. And so now I'm gonna get, let's see. Need a yellow container. I probably should have thought of that before. I came over here. Okay. So we'll use these little cups to measure. That's part of the plan. Okay. So this is my carb cup, and I just fill it with enough that I could put the lid back on so it can't be like heaping, right? And then I'm just gonna stick that right in here, just like that. And then for my teaspoon, I'm gonna take some all natural peanut butter. And this is cold because I like keeping it in the fridge, but so it's gonna look weird to plop it on top. But when I heat up my breakfast tomorrow, everything will melt together. So I have my teaspoon of peanut butter. I am gonna plop that, I think, right on top of my oatmeal, and that will melt right in, and that is breakfast. 3 days will look just like this for breakfast. Doesn't that look good? Like, oh my gosh. All right, so I'm just gonna do the rest of these real quick and then show you. So here we go. Another scoop of oatmeal, and it does look like I'm gonna have some left over, but that's fine. Because I'm sure someone will eat it, or I will save it. I think I get at least one carb on deplete days, so I can save it for that. So it made a little more than it said it would. Mostly because oats expand as they cook. That's why you measure it cooked, or if you can't measure it cooked and you're doing this plan, you would measure it with this little cup before, you know, while it's not cooked. And then, oh, I'm gonna leave it in this container because I don't have a sectioned one left. So this will just stay in here. I actually have extras, so it'll work out fine. So, oh, I need to put my peanut butter in here. Peanut butter right in there. better on the other one. You can probably hear my son's school going on in the background. All right. So good. Okay. All right, so there's 3 days of breakfast all set to go. I mean, how good does that look? You know, eating well does not have to be boring or bland or gross or starving yourself. I mean, this is a lot of food. And that's just one of my 6 meals. Okay, so now I'm going to prepare the marinade for my fish for tonight for my family. This is not my meal, but it could be. I'm a little sad it's not because it's a good one. Okay, so I'm going to do 1/3 of a cup of coconut aminos. I'm just putting it in. This is like the greatest thing. If you don't have one of these, you should get one because like pancake batter, muffins, the egg cups, like anything that I have to pour into something else, this is such a good thing. And it also has a lid. So anyway, 1/3 of a cup coconut aminos. And if it's a little over, that's okay. I have a lot of fish because my whole family says that on grilled fish night, they're always really hungry. So I made more fish. Hopefully that will help. I don't know. And I made some extra rice. So we'll see. I guess fish isn't all that filling. Let's see. Then I need 3 cloves of garlic. So I cheat. I just buy it already minced. And let's see. A teaspoon is about a clove, I think. So we'll do 3 heaping teaspoons of that. There we go. And by the way, I got this recipe off of another YouTuber's channel. It's Our Tribe of Many. And I just changed it up a little bit to go with the ingredients that I like. Like, I don't use soy sauce. I'm not going to use real sugar. Like, I'm not going to use cane sugar or brown sugar or whatever they would say. So I just substituted those things, but it's her recipe. And I don't even know where she got it. But anyway, that's where it came from. Got to give credit where credit's due. Let's see. I need 1.5 teaspoons of minced ginger. So again, I am going to cheat, and I'm not going to really measure this. I mean, ginger is really good. Just going to squirt what I think is about, it's probably a little more, but that's all right. Squirt that in, the ginger. Then I need a squirt of sriracha. So I've got some sriracha. Gonna just put a little zhuzh of that in there. Then I'm gonna put some red pepper flakes in. Not too many, because I mean, my kids are eating it too, and they're pretty good with spicy, but I don't want to make it crazy spicy. And then, let's see, 1 teaspoon of date sugar. This is what I'm using instead of brown sugar. What?
I'm learning a new special sound.
What's the special sound?
E and me.
E and me? Good job. Am I being... Can you hear your video okay with me making my video?
Yeah.
Okay. Good job, Sean. Okay, so I'm using date sugar instead of brown sugar. It still has like a caramely consistency, but it's actually just ground dates. That's all it is. And it's very sweet and very good. It's a great substitute. So I'm putting a teaspoon of that, a heaping one, in there. I buy the date sugar on Amazon, or I have found it at Home Goods. There's darker and there's lighter, and I really don't know how that occurs since I've looked at the ingredients and it's strictly ground dates. So I don't know why some look different, but I kind of like the lighter one mixed with the darker one. I don't know. Anyway, so now I'm just gonna mix that up, and my whisk is broken. It's actually not even my whisk, it's my daughter's, because I broke mine and now I've broken hers. So I have one daughter that really loves to bake, and she has all her own stuff, including her own mixer. I ask her when I need to use it if I can, because she has attachments that I don't. She's a newer KitchenAid. Anyway, so there's my marinade. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Now let me grab the fish. Okay. Okay, so it's just a white fish. I don't even remember what it is, but it's wild caught. It might be cod. I don't know. I put it all in here. It's layered up, but it doesn't really matter because it's thinly sliced fillets and they cook up so quickly. And they break apart anyway, so it's whatever. I'm stacking them all in there, and we'll see how that happens. I didn't want to do like 3 pans of it. What, honey?
I'm learning another special sound,
Oh, and go? That's a good one. Okay, so now I'm just going to pour this right over my fish, and maybe I should make sure you can see it. So there it is. And then I'm just going to pour it right on top. And then one other thing I'm going to do to this, because coconut oil is solid, so even if I melt it and mix it in here, it's just going to get all weird and congealed in the refrigerator anyway. So I'm just going to take some coconut oil and just put some little dollops all around, so then when I bake it, you know, it's just there and it'll melt down and mix in just fine. And a tablespoon should be plenty. Maybe I'll do a little more, like a tablespoon and a half, just like you would with like pats of butter or whatever. And now I will just stick this in the fridge until it's time to cook dinner, and then I'll put it in the oven at 375 and cook it until it's done. That's it. Okay, so now I have to do another one of my meals, and this one I'm not gonna cook anything. So I am going to do, my protein is gonna be this nitrate-free turkey, like deli turkey. So 6 slices is my one protein. So I'm gonna put 6 slices in each container. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's it. 6. Okay. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little container just for holding it. I am not going to actually fill it up because I'm just getting a teaspoon, but it's handy to use for this. So I'm going to have a teaspoon of mayonnaise to go with my turkey.
I'm on writing.
You are? That's great. Okay, so I'm going to get a teaspoon. Okay, so I'm going to have a teaspoon of mayonnaise with my turkey. And it's okay that it's heaping because it never all comes out. Alright, so I've got my mayonnaise. And then, I don't even know what to do with that right now. Okay, then I'm going to have wasa toast with it, but I'm not going to put that in the fridge, but I'm going to show it to you. So I have it here in my little cracker bin. 2 of these is 1 carb, and I love these because they're gluten-free and they're wasa toast, but they're like crackers, kind of like whole wheat. I don't know if they're whole wheat. They're not whole wheat because they're gluten-free. I think these are rye. They're crackers though. So those I will have with this, but I'm not going to put it in the fridge because they'll get soggy. But I just wanted you guys to see it. So there's that. And then I need my green cup for my vegetable. Goodness, I need to eat some of my food room. I'm gonna do some carrot sticks. And I'm hoping I'm gonna have enough for I'm not gonna have enough for 3 days. This is me like at the bottom of my fresh vegetables. Okay, so I have 1 cup of those, and that is my next meal. Hold on, because that's not even good. So that is my next meal with the Wassa toast. So it's kind of like a lunch, I suppose, but it's like a lot of food there. So I'm gonna do this 2 more times in these containers. So now I've got breakfast and I've got a lunch. And in between these, I'll probably have a shake. So looking pretty good. All right, so I didn't have enough carrots left. So what I did was I took the carrots out of my meals for today and put it in here. And then I took some of the vegetables that I'm gonna use for dinner tonight because I'm making extra anyway. And I put those in my meals for today. So I just swapped them out. Also, I realized that 1 teaspoon of mayonnaise may not be enough to make like really yummy sandwiches with my Wassa toast. So Dijon mustard is a freebie. So I mix that in with my mayonnaise and that is gonna be so good. So that's that meal. Okay, so can we just talk about my snack right now? Wassa toast, cream cheese, and bacon crumbles. So good, still in plan. This is what I'm doing right now. All right, so now I'm gonna work on my last meal of the day. And I'm supposed to be doing 6 separate meals, but I know myself, I like to have like a dessert at night. So rather than having a snack in between, I think it's like lunch and dinner, I'd rather save some of the sweeter containers or like a yellow, which is a carb, and maybe a purple, I don't know, I have to look for later in the day or for after dinner. I just like to have something sweet after dinner, and I know myself, I'll stick to plan better if I do it that way. So, and I'm sorry, but I don't, at least for me, it doesn't make a difference what I eat at night as long as I stick within plan and I don't eat, all night long. And you couldn't do that sticking with plan anyway. So, and I go to bed at 9 o'clock, so it's not like I'm eating super late anyway. So, here we go. But you know how it is. If you've got a husband that sits there and like snacks while you're watching TV together, it's hard to not have something. So, that's what I do. To stick within plan, but still live like a normal person. All right, so now I am going to put some garlic in this pan. Am I being too loud for you, Sean?
No.
Okay, gonna put some garlic in there, and then, I'm kind of lazy. Like I should chop up some onion would be good, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna save those for my family, because I'll chop onions for them, but not for me. Let's see, what else am I doing in this? Garlic. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do some ground turkey. So, I've had this sort of thawing this morning, but it's not all the way, but it's fine. So, I'm just gonna put it in here, break it up as best I can, and just cook it up. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I hate raw meat. Oh my gosh. So I know right now that I am cooking up about 1.5 pounds, and I'm not going to use all this, but it's okay because, even though I've just thawed it, once I cook it, I can thaw it again. Once I cook it, I can freeze it again and use it. I'll need it. I'm sure I'm going to need protein, like a lot of protein for my deplete week, like peak week or whatever that I'm doing. So I'm sure it's going to be used for that. And if not, I'll just freeze it and use it another time. All right, so I gotta wash my hands. Hang on. Oh, I know what I'm gonna put. I think I'm gonna make this, because what I have to eat with this is just vegetables. So it's like a blank slate. So I'm thinking I might add a can of diced tomatoes to this because that'll be inconsequential as far as my vegetables because it's going in with a pound and a half of ground turkey. So if I get a couple extra tomatoes, that's actually a fruit. So I'll just lighten up on my purple or not even worry about it because it's going to be so little. So I'm going to do a can of diced tomatoes in here, maybe a little ginger to go with my garlic, some coconut aminos. Oh, this is sounding good. And some fish sauce and some Worcestershire sauce and maybe some, oh, we'll just do it. Maybe some hot sauce or something. All right, hang on. Let's see. First I got to cook the ground turkey. So I need my spoon. Here we go. So this is the last thing I'm doing. I also threw a pan of green beans in the oven because I used up some of those vegetables I showed you for something else. And not only that, I didn't have enough to begin with. Now I'm wondering if I'll have enough when the green beans are done. But I do think I made quite a few green beans. And if not, I'll just make more. I have plenty of frozen vegetables. It's the fresh ones that I'm out of. And you know what? I'm glad. Tomorrow I'm going to go to the store because I'm out of eggs, and I knew I would be. I'm halfway through the month, so I need to replenish eggs, probably milk, and then some fresh veggies. So I'll get it done. And fruit. I definitely need some fruit because I don't even have frozen fruit at this point. But I do want to use up. I do have some apples left, and I have like 2 servings of blueberries, so I'm going to use those up. But I like to have some fruit in the house. And I'm thinking I'm going to change it up this time. I might get bananas. I don't like to get those all the time, but I think I'm going to get them this time. Just for something different, mix it up. Plus, it's so good in oatmeal. Oh my goodness. What'd you do, baby? Okay, hang on. Okay, crisis averted. It just, he had a little drop box pop up and was afraid he had hurt something. So anyway, now while this is cooking, I will add some salt and pepper to it. I am not really afraid of salt. I know some people are. Do you need some help, honey?
No, she just gives me some little, this is teensy bit tiny.
Oh, I see. That's okay. That's why you have the pause button. Okay, so I'm not afraid of salt, and it doesn't seem to really affect me that much. I mean, I don't like douse my stuff in salt, but I'm not afraid to season my food. You know, it's not like going for a competition or anything. I understand why, if you're getting ready for competition, why you don't use salt, but I'm not. So I'm going to have salty food, or at least flavorful food. So I've got this salt and pepper, and I'm thinking, I know what I'm going to add. I haven't had it in a while. You know, it's amazing what you can do with seasoning to just change up your food so much. And it's like the same food I eat all the time, but this is going to taste really different. I'm going to put cumin in there. So I'm going to have some cumin. I'm going to have some sriracha possibly. I'm going to have some coconut aminos, some fish sauce, some ginger, and all those things are freebies as long as I don't go overboard. So yeah, we'll see how this works out. So, but first I need it cooked. I need it cooked because I want to drain it off before I add all my other seasonings. I want to drain the fat off. So, and I don't know if you guys were wondering, but I will buy what's on sale, but if they're both like regular price, I buy the 85-15 fat ratio because there's more flavor. I'm not afraid of that extra little bit of fat. It's okay. Yes, there's a few more calories, but I still, you know, I like it. There's more flavor, and it's ground turkey. I mean, how bad could it be? But if you like the leanest one, I just think it gets a little dry. Or if you're worried about the fat content, then do that. But I like the little bit of extra fat for the little bit of flavor there. Plus, it's good for other things. You know, if you don't get enough fat in your diet, you don't absorb the vitamins, the fat-soluble vitamins from the other food. That's why our foods like work together to make a healthy body. So this is looking pretty well cooked, so I need to drain it. But that is one thing, unless you have like Unless you have like super high quality meat, which I don't know. I can't find like free range turkey, ground turkey. So toxins live in the fat too. So of whatever they're eating. So that's why I'm going to drain that off, the excess, and not eat it. Alright, now we're cooking. Now I can add all the fun things. So I'm going to add this cumin. And, you know, I don't even know why they bother with these shakers, because you can never get enough all at once. I like a lot of seasoning. I like my food to have flavor. So, and I just added cinnamon. I just added cinnamon! Well, we're going to see how this goes. Actually, I just think I added too much, but cumin, ginger, cinnamon, they all go together well. So, you know, we'll just see. I'm not wasting this, so here we go. We'll just see how this, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right. And then a little ginger. I can't believe I just did that. A lot of ginger. What the heck? So I am still going to add the hot stuff to it, because that will balance out the cinnamon. And I'm going to add this. Whoa. The only thing I may rethink right now are the tomatoes. Although, I still think it would be fine. Now, let me see how this is. Let me just look. A little bit of fish sauce. Okay. Let me stir that up. I mean, it actually smells really amazing. A little on the sweet side. I might just add a touch more of that. But it's actually not, it's not going to be bad. It's not. I just can't believe I did it. And so much. I mean, sometimes I have added cinnamon or nutmeg or something to something like this, but just not that much. All right. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going for what I was going to do with the tomatoes. Not that. Where are you guys, tomatoes in there? Alright. And I better hurry up before I start burning it up. Okay, I actually can turn the heat off because it's not like I'm eating it now. So I just drained some of the water off. I'm going to dump that right in and stir that in. And I actually think this is going to be really good, even with the cinnamon debacle here. It'll be all right. And hey, if it's not, well, it's just for me, so I'll suffer through. So let me see if this is good. It is pretty good. I wouldn't use that much cinnamon normally, but it's not terrible, and I'll definitely eat it, and when it's mixed in with my vegetables, it's going to be great. But, wow. And the tomatoes worked fine, so here we have it. I just came up with something new by accident. But see, that's the great thing about cooking. It's not like baking. You don't have to be exact. And sometimes you can make a mistake and it can turn into something really good. Now, if I did this again, I wouldn't use as much cinnamon, but I might use cinnamon again because it actually is a pretty interesting flavor, and I might add a little more cumin to it though. That might help a little. Might cut it back a little. Let's see if that did anything. It's still kind of good though. Not gonna lie. That helped. Okay, so now I'm gonna get out my containers and I'm gonna fill these up. Okay, so now I'm gonna fill this last meal prep, these last 3 meal prep containers. This would be dinner. So I get 2 greens. So I just mixed in those Normandy vegetables that I cooked earlier with some green beans, and so I'm gonna do 2 cups of those. So you just have to be able to put it in there and close the container. So I've got 2 cups of that vegetable mix. Then I'm gonna take my red cup for my protein. I get 1 protein in this one. So I'm gonna take that cinnamon debacle that I made, the meat mixture, that actually is pretty good. And
Mom, where is my arithmetic test paper?
it should be right there. In your folder. It's in your folder.
This?
Yes. So there it is. I can still close the container. I'm gonna dump that in. And then I've got my dinner right there. So I'm gonna do that 2 more times. And hang on, my hands are a mess. Okay, so this worked out so great. The other thing I'm going to do is I needed a blue. And I was gonna use this for my dessert, but I think I'm gonna add it to this now because it goes so well with the sweetness of my dish. So hang on. The blue that I chose are coconut flakes because I have a bunch of them and I actually love them. It's unsweetened coconut. It's just regular old dried coconut flakes. And so I'm going to fill this blue container with them. It's a healthy fat. There we go. And I am going to put that right on top of my meat mixture. So I don't know if you can see this. Hold on. So there's the coconut flakes right on top of there. And when I heat it up and mix this all together, it's going to be amazing. So, you know, it was a mistake that turned out to be pretty good, I think. Okay, and then I told you I like to have a dessert. So I saved a carb for later. I didn't save any fruit this time, but I saved a carb. And that is going to be, I think you've seen before, I make these gluten-free waffles and I love them. So they're just in my freezer. I have enough made still. So I'm gonna toast up a waffle and I'm gonna have a teaspoon of peanut butter with it, and that's gonna be my dessert. I also have 2 snacks during the day. It will be my shake that gets a piece of fruit with it. So I'll have like an apple, or if I get some bananas, I'll have a banana. And then I get 1 more fruit and teaspoon, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, I have a fruit and a teaspoon, so I'll have an apple and some peanut butter. And then that's my whole day of food. And it's just perfect. Okay, so here it all is. 3 days, and this isn't even all of my food, but 3 days worth of meals. And then my snacks are already prepped and ready to go. So there you have it. Pretty delicious. All right, so I have a mound of dishes to do now, but guess what? I'm done with that for the next 3 days, at least for me. Plus I have dinner ready for tonight. So this is it. And then my night's gonna go smoothly and I can relax, and I don't have to worry about messing up on my meal plan or not having the food because it's already done. I just need to reach into the fridge, grab what I want to eat, and it's all food that I really like, and it's good for me, and it's going to keep me on track with my goals. So I hope this video was helpful to you. I am going to show you dinner tonight when we have it, but I wanted to thank you for watching, remind you to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.